Tonight on Fake News, Mitch McConnell responds to Donald Trump, tech companies respond to public outcries, and NHL correspondent Ezra Potter responds to the COVID breakdown. All that, and I didn't have lunch. I'm Adam Macias, and this is Fake News. Breaking news, we're back, baby! As COVID restrictions loosen across the country, there have been 45 mass shootings in the U.S. in the last month. America really is back to business as usual. That's not a fun way to start this show, but clearly we can't have nice things without something awful first, like the Snyder Cut. All right, on to national news. Local leaders in Chicago and Minnesota called for calm after protests. Oh, let me start that over again. Oh, and that started that thing. Oh, tech guys, I'm sorry. I skipped lunch today. I'm all out of sorts. Just give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm just a mess. Let's go on the blooper reel. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Oh, here we go. Let me wait till that's restarted there. It's all part of live, right? You know, I think I'm probably make a sandwich or something on a break or something. Just gotta talk to myself. Sorry, guys. All right, let me take that again. On to national news. Local leaders in Chicago and Minnesota called for calm after protests erupted in response to police shootings of Daunte Wright and Adam Toledo. Here's a thought. Maybe the protests wouldn't happen if they told police to calm down and stop fucking shooting unarmed black men. The police officer who fatally shot Daunte Wright during a traffic stop apparently intended to fire her taser and not her handgun, which is understandable. In the academy, you are taught to use one freely in almost any situation. The other is a taser. Ex-police officer Derek Chauvin announced that he will not be testifying in his own trial of the murder of George Floyd. But did anyone notice how weirdly he was holding that microphone? He had one chance to speak, and he chose to hold the mic as if he was about to write calligraphy with it. Fifth. Televangelist Pat Robertson spoke out against Derek Chauvin and Kim Potter this week by saying, "We cannot have a bunch of clowns policing the U.S." When reached for comment, Clown said, "Hey, we don't appreciate being vilified by a pastor who asked Jesus to steal the election for Donald Trump. We are entertainers. They are just fucking morons." 21% of Americans say they will never get the COVID vaccine, and 100% of those are in an essential pyramid scheme. Ooh, no. Fuck that up. God damn it. I need that. I'm going to need that sandwich. Okay, here we go. One more time. 21% of Americans say they will never get the COVID vaccine, and 100% of those people are in an essential oil pyramid scheme. Bernie, and also speaking of pyramid scheme, Bernie Madoff, the architect of the largest Ponzi scheme in history, died this week at the age of 82. When asked for comment, Senator Mitch McConnell stamped his foot and yelled, "Damn it, Beelzebub! Wrong Bernie!" Donald Trump held a rally last week where he once again spoke negatively about Mitch McConnell, calling him a, quote, "dumb son of a bitch." Here to comment is Mitch McConnell.
Hello, Adam.
Hi, Mitch. You look a little upset.
No, I'm happy. That's why I'm smiling.
Happy? What, are you in denial? Trump was brutal to you at this rally.
No, I'm happy because I'm sure Trump is just missing the second part of the compliment. You dumb son of a bitch with a glimmering schlong. It's the old 1-2 switcheroo, like when I called him a criminal and then acquitted him.
Right.
It's Adam, it's sour and then sweet, like those little treats I'm not supposed to have.
You mean Sour Patch Kids?
No, prostitutes. First they're sour. They put you in a gimp mask at a Super 8 motel in a Reno and feed you your own dirty diaper. But then they're sweet, and they don't share the VHS footage with your wife.
Okay, I don't want to kink shame you, but none of those sound sweet, and I really don't think Trump is going to follow up any of his insult with kindness. It's not what he's known for.
Oh dear. I hope you're not right. I hate Trump, but he's my only friend.
Oh, that's actually kind of sad.
Yeah, I miss hanging out with him and going to the Spearmint Rhino Gentlemen's Clubs to get our nuts stomped on together. Going backstage at the Celine Dion concert to get our nuts stomped on together. And then going to brothels in Amsterdam.
To get your nuts stomped on together?
No, to play card games, you liberal pervert.
Okay. I am only one of those two things.
I can guess which one. Adam, I just need to be honest.
I wish you would.
There's a big chance that dumb son of a bitch is actually already a compliment as is, correct?
How would that possibly be a compliment?
Locker room compliment, like pussy grabbing or nut stomping a couple old politicians in a truck stop bathroom in Santa Fe. A sign of respect.
Mitch, I don't think so.
Oh, well, maybe he didn't mean it. Maybe we're just missing context due to liberal media, like how they did the liberal media took out context of the stolen election or all of gender.
Okay.
Context, Adam.
All right. Listen, Mitch, you sound so desperate. What context makes calling someone a dumb son of a bitch okay?
You know, like when you're at the mall buying nut stomping shoes and the cashier says, "Have a nice day." And you say, "Screw you, you dumb son of a bitch."
You do that? How is that nice?
I do it every day, and it's nice because I smile at the dumb son of a bitch afterwards, like this.
Is that a smile? Listen, I'm sorry, Mitch, but Trump, he's just not that nice. He doesn't seem nice at all.
I think you're right. That means Trump really doesn't like me anymore.
Oh, come on, Mitch. It's going to be okay.
Really? Man, maybe you're right. You know what? I have a new proposal to move us past all of this.
What? Okay, let's hear it. That sounds great. Let's hear it.
You are my new best friend, so we're gonna go get our nuts stomped on, Adam. I'll see you at midnight at the Embassy Suites in downtown Tucson, you dumb son of a bitch.
Okay, I don't know about that. Mitch McConnell, everybody. Mitch McConnell. Whew. Talk about ugly cry. Let's go ahead and move on from that. Public health officials from around the world have come together to ask Facebook to scrap its plans to launch a version of Instagram for children. And I agree. Sounds like an awful idea. But on the other hand, how cute would that Capitol riot be? It's just kind of precious. And now a message about voting rights from our corporate sponsors. Play that video. I got this one, actually. We're going to play that one.
It's time to take a stand for democracy. That's why Facebook has taken a stand along with hundreds of companies and business leaders. Facebook is for democracy, even though our platform profits heavily from misinformation and played a big role in the insurrection. We're not changing the platform, but we are signing this letter, because we believe the foundation of our electoral process relies on the ability of each of us to cast our ballots for the candidates of our choice. And if you believe your candidate would only lose if a deep state baby-eating cabal was trying to take over the world and you decide to spread debunked voter fraud information on our platform, thus breaking the trust of the democratic process, that's okay, because we signed this piece of paper saying we believe in democracy. Facebook. Our name on a piece of paper speaks louder than our actions.
Making a sandwich, okay, all right. Sorry about that. This week, President Biden announced the withdrawal of all remaining U.S. troops in Afghanistan by September of this year. But I'll believe it when I see it. At this point, the U.S. has lied about pulling out more times than a fuckboy on spring break. And when reached for comment, First Lady Jill Biden said she thought the Afghanistan withdrawal sounded like a good idea, but it might be a little difficult since Joe's pullout game is a little weak. Hunter, you're a disgrace, I guess. Let's find this. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo boasted that he invented New York State scented hand sanitizer at a news conference on Friday, which explains why the hand sanitizer lists its fragrance as unwanted smooch. Just kind of rolls off the tongue there. Today, a heavy metal guitarist and founding member of the Oath Keepers became the first U.S. Capitol insurrectionist to plead guilty. It looks like this guitar player never practiced the scale of justice. A Florida beachgoer, put a little too much turkey in my mouth. Too much turkey. Florida beachgoers formed a human chain to Florida beachgoers. Okay. Florida beachgoer. Why is that such a hard word to say? God damn it. Okay, here we go. Florida beachgoers formed a human fuck. Okay. You got this. You got this. Here we go. Florida beachgoers formed a human chain to rescue a drowning swimmer this week. Also in Florida, Rick Scott and other fuck me. Oh, this joke's. I wrote this joke too. All right, here we go. All right. Florida beachgoers formed a human chain to rescue a drowning swimmer this week. Also in Florida, Rick Scott and other Republicans at a fundraiser formed a human centipede regurgitating into Trump's bullshit. Trump's bullshit. Should we do it again? I don't know. Is it worth it for TikTok? I don't know. Hold on.
Feel like you got to get it right, Adam. Feel like you got to get it right, my friend.
What? Oh, the Ezra, our NHL correspondent. Hold on. Let's get this real quick.
That's not going to help, man. This is not going to help.
I think it is. My mouth is very dry now, and that's what we want. Here we go. I tried something here where I moved it, so maybe this is better. Here we go. Florida beachgoers formed a human chain to rescue a drowning swimmer this week. Also in Florida, Rick Scott and other Republicans at a fundraiser formed a human centipede regurgitating Trump's bullshit. I almost got it. We're doing it. Okay, this is the show. This is the show. This is the show. This is the show. Okay. Florida beachgoers formed a human chain to rescue a drowning swimmer this week. Also in Florida, Rick Scott and other Republicans at a fundraiser formed a human centipede regurgitating Trump's bullshit. You could fix that later, right? We'll just put that later, right? Okay. I said regurgitating wrong, but when you put the subtitles, just actually spell it right. Okay. Disney parks will finally allow employees to wear gender non-conforming styles and have tattoos. Meanwhile, Six Flags will allow its employees to use new identities to pass background checks. What is with the? There's a lot of scratch marks on that forehead. A lot of forehead. In Washington state, a measure was approved that would ban for-profit detention centers, which is upsetting if you're a horrible person. I'm not upset. Amazon plans to spend $650 million on season 1 of their Lord of the Rings TV series. They are, however, saving a little bit of money by using their overworked warehouse employees as goblins. Wealth disparity poster child Jeff Bezos addressed concerns about the company's working conditions by suggesting a plan to rotate employees among jobs to work different muscles and decrease repetition motions. Or, here's another thought, you could just not overwork your employees? Repetitive motions. Does that include buffing his head? Is that one of those jobs? Wax on, wax off. And now, a message about voting rights from one of our corporate sponsors.
The time to take a stand for democracy is now. Amazon wants the American people to know they oppose any discriminatory legislation that prevents anyone from voting. We signed this letter because we believe in every American's right to vote, unless that vote is to unionize. We don't believe in workers' rights or paying corporate taxes. And if you try to vote to unionize, we will do everything in our power to make sure it doesn't happen. We want the American people to know Amazon believes voting is the lifeblood of our democracy, and we care about all Americans. Amazon, for voting rights, end of list.
Get a little mustard and on the turkey, put a little ketchup because nobody's watching. Ketchup and mustard. Oh, son of God. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm very hungry. On to legislations. This week, Attorney General Merrick Garland rescinded a Trump-era law that stopped the use of consent decrees in the investigations of police departments. Man, that Trump guy hated consent. Florida's new ban on transgender students in sports will allow schools to subject minors to genital inspections, or what Matt Gaetz calls study hall. Conservative Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is launching a new American First caucus, bringing together a group of far-right lawmakers to champion Anglo-Saxon political traditions and protect the unique identity of the U.S. When reached for comment, the KKK said, "Keep your eyes on your own paper." They did that first. On to world news. Swedish sperm banks are facing a sperm deficit due to the pandemic keeping donors away from clinics. Meanwhile, there has been an increase in sperm deposits into old socks. Brazil is currently building a new statue of Jesus that will be even taller than the current one. When asked how tourists would know which one to visit, Brazil said one would be called the Tall Jesus and the other would be called Jesus, Short King of the Jews. Egypt has seized the container ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal in late March, claiming the ship's owner owes the country nearly $1 billion in compensation. In related news, from now on, I will be personally impounding the cars of every jackass who blocks the traffic of 405. Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg said she would not attend the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow this November, citing an inequitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. Oh, I'm going to take it again. Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg said she will not attend the COP26 climate summit in Glasgow this November, citing an inequitable distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. This is also the excuse I will be using to refuse all of my social invitations because I have forgotten how to interact with any other humans who are not my wife. My wife! A Singapore man claims he took upskirt videos to test the quality of his phone camera during his trial this week. He said he was testing it because all of his selfies looked like assholes. On to food news. Nestle Canada has recalled their non-dairy drumstick cones over concerns they actually may contain dairy. Consumers suspected something was off when they actually tasted good. I think my camera glitched there, so I'm going to try that again. When Nestle Canada has recalled their non-dairy drumstick cones over concerns they actually may contain dairy. Consumers suspected something was off when they actually tasted good. McDonald's announced that the company will mandate trainings worldwide for their workers to combat harassment, discrimination, and violence in its restaurants, starting next year. Looks like the only thing they're good at giving you fast is diarrhea. On to sports news. The National Hockey League has managed to play through the pandemic with relatively few COVID issues until 2 weeks ago when the Vancouver Canucks were forced to pause their season after 24 players contracted the coronavirus. For more, we welcome our senior NHL correspondent, Ezra Parter. Ezra?
Man. Hi, Adam. Thanks for having me on. I'm really glad this worked out.
Oh, was this not going to work out?
Well, the Colorado Avalanche were supposed to play tonight, so obviously I would have been busy. But we had our third positive COVID test in the last week this morning, so the game got postponed.
Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry to hear that. But this is supposed to be a report on the Vancouver Canucks, so...
Right. Sorry. The Avs are my team, but sure, I'll talk about the Canucks. They suck this year, man. They're bad. And to make matters worse, 2 weeks ago, almost all of them got COVID. And not the kind that anti-maskers think of when they think of COVID. They got like burning lung, debilitating fever, accidentally kill your family just by going home kind of COVID.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
I know. They're that bad and not even in our division. So Colorado doesn't get to rack up wins against them.
No. I meant the COVID outbreak, Ezra.
Oh, yeah, that's bad too. Fortunately, though, no one died, and the players are all recovering pretty well. So, in fact, they've been recovering well enough that the league tried to get the team to start playing again this weekend. And then Grubauer got it.
Grubauer?
Yeah, Philip Grubauer, the Avs starting goalie. It's really starting to hit home for me now that he's got it, man. Everyone said we were a Stanley Cup caliber team as long as he played well, and now the guy isn't even allowed to play for 2 weeks, and he might have long-term health complications from this COVID thing that we still don't fully understand. Hopefully he recovers, because I want that cup.
And for him to live, I'm assuming?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what is the league doing about this?
Right. So the league is like, yo, Canucks, y'all can breathe now, right? We're going to need you to play 5 games in the next 7 days to make up for the ones we postponed. Cool? And the Canucks are like, we've been unable to breathe, let alone work out for 2 weeks, so maybe no? And the league was like, sorry, you're going to have to get those games in before the playoffs, even though you suck so bad you're not going to make it.
Okay, so the league is trying to restructure the schedule to fit all the games in without pushing back the playoff. Wait, is that what I'm understanding here?
Exactly, right, yeah, which
Okay.
made sense when it was just Vancouver because, again, they're bad, so who cares if
Okay.
they have to play an exhausting stretch of 19 games in 32 days. But now the Avs have had 3 games postponed and could really use a break because Grubauer, rookie defenseman Bowen Byram, and whoever tested positive this morning are out. And it's like, maybe let's just extend the season a couple weeks, right? Let's let these players recover a little from the deadly virus, okay?
Right.
Let's be
Yeah.
careful with these guys' health or I'll never win a cup.
What do you mean you'll never win a cup? Ezra, your hockey career ended in high school.
No, I win when they win, Adam. I'm on the team. I win when they win.
Okay, sure. All right, so we know the NHL wants to get these postponed games played quickly. So do we know what the players think? How do they feel on all this?
Okay. This is where it gets juicy, Adam. Hockey culture is very tight-lipped, right? Players simply don't speak their minds. But last week, Canucks forward JT Miller did speak his mind, okay? He said, and this is a quote, "What we're being asked to do is not going to be too safe if you're asking me."
Okay, well, that's not juicy. That's just logical.
Okay, you don't know hockey, Adam. In hockey culture, that's like saying, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall." Okay, it's revolutionary to not toe the company line. And Miller didn't stop there. He also said, and this is a quote too, "We try to talk about the number one priority being the players' health and their family's safety, and it's almost impossible to do what they've asked us to do here on our return," which is like, whoa, dude just declared war. So in that locker room, the players who are not still on ventilators are super angry.
Okay, so how did the hockey world take him speaking out like that?
Well, most hockey media is completely on his side, but the league hasn't said anything about his comments because ultimately player safety has never been the number one priority, even in a pandemic. TV money is, Adam. And I mean, I love watching hockey on TV, but what if Bowen Byram never recovers and our top prospect never brings me that cup and I never get to drink tequila out of it or skate around in a circle with it? Or Adam, am I a failure if I never skate a circle on the ice with the cup?
Okay, Ezra, you're not a professional hockey player. You know that, right?
I'm a part of the team, Adam. Oh my God. Oh my God. What if I was the third positive test?
You're asking if you might be the guy at the Avalanche who tested positive for COVID this morning? You.
Yeah. What if?
Okay, did you get tested for COVID this morning in Denver, Colorado?
No, I live in LA.
Well, there you go. So what do you think happens with the rest of the season?
Oh, I think our other goalies play well enough while Gruby's out that we still cruise into the playoffs, sweep every round, and when we win the cup, I host this show with it at my side, and it'll be glorious.
Okay. Wait. Well, what about the Canucks and the COVID postponements? What about them?
Glorious, Adam. I'm going to name the cup Athena after my first lover, and we're going to have hockey trophy / human babies that grow up to play for the Avs and win cups of their own. Glorious Athena.
Ezra, what? Back to reality.
Huh?
What's going to happen to the NHL season?
Right. Yeah. Okay. What they should do is pause the season right now so everyone can get vaccinated. But TSN and NBC will never go for that. So the league is going to have to add a couple weeks to the end of the season and start the playoffs later than they want to. They're just going to have to. JT Miller is right, ultimately. The league can say it cares about the players all at once, but if all of its choices show that that's not true, then it's not true. Athena, why didn't we make hockey playing babies, baby?
All right. Thank you, everyone. As a reporter, please. Okay. I mean, he may not be an NHL star, but he is one hell of a singer. Gotta give him that. All right, let's move on to our next story, which is, of course, our next story. Speaking of hockey, last year's champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning, has announced they will let you sleep with the Stanley Cup at an Airbnb for $5,000. But hey, if I wanted to sleep with a cup, I just sleep with my wife because I legally married a cup. Who wrote this joke? Who wrote this joke? I married a mug. Clearly, it's a mug. This week, Washington football team began their process of choosing a new team name that is not offensive. The potential names include Red Hogs, Rubies, Wild Hogs, Red Tails, and Riders. And it's still unknown if this will upset the gay bars that already have those names. This week, Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving made headlines when he was ejected from a game after taking objection to another player calling him the N-word. This is despite Dennis Schroeder being black well as Kyrie's previous uses of the being. This is despite Dennis Schroeder and as Kyrie. I'm not sure how to say this. Well, as Kyrie as previous uses of the word, they were caught on camera. Well,
do you need me to try to sing it, Adam?
Actually, I would not mind that. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't have it pulled up. I don't have it pulled up, so I can't.
Okay. Well, I think I got this. All right. This is despite Dennis Schroeder being known as Kyrie's previous use of the word that were caught on camera. Many people are confused, but luckily, Kyrie has a platform to share his confounding views. Hey, let's check it out.
At NBC, we're continuing to diversify late night. Proudly introducing the first Hotep late night host, Kyrie Irving. Welcome to the Kyrie Irving Show, aka how I spend the unlimited personal days in my contract. People are always wondering why I'm not at my day job. It's none of your business. Coach Nash, I am not your Negro. With your favorite late night staples like The Monologue. After completing my Swahili class at Duke, I started my path to self-discovery. Lance Armstrong was the first person to step onto the moon. Kyrie Irving was the first person to step into the library. Kyrie, I love your game and I love your passion for social justice. However, some of your statements just don't hold up under intellectual scrutiny, dude. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, Draymond lied, and now KD is mine. Come on, dude. Live musical guest.
He gets up from practice listening to Aquemini. Kyrie got all the answers. Open your third eye.
Studio audience giveaways. Our diversity outreach program is proud to grant everyone in the audience free entry into Kyrie's Vanilla Boat Party. Philosophical musings of a rich celebrity. I don't really see the civil rights movement as having a leader. I mean, one day it can be MLK, another day it's Rosa, one day it's me. Seriously, dude? And fun games like, Is It Flat? Christopher Maloney's backside. Definitely round.
The Earth Planet Earth is round. It's a sphere, brother.
What did I tell you about that word? Brother will never be a term of endearment. Never forget its foul and true history. I've partnered with Papa John on a 20-month mission to eradicate the word brother from our vocabulary.
Why would you say that poison pizza to our people, brother?
Yo, don't say that word. The Kyrie Irving Show. Coming soon to Peacock, where the hosts are black, but decidedly not on primetime.
On to local news. A retired Ohio sheriff and his canine partner died on the same day this week. What they're not telling you is was it a murder-suicide? Let me try that again. I'm going to take this bread out. I swear, this usually helps. A retired Ohio sheriff and his canine partner died on the same day this week. What they're not telling you? It was a murder-suicide, and not in the way you think. The city known as Hangtown has officially decided to remove the noose from its logo, and here are some of their new logos they are trying out. Hangtown, hang with your friends. Hangtown, hang loose, brah. And Hangtown, let it all hang out. And in personal news, I recently jammed a whole bottle of ketchup up my ass, and I'm still trying to be famous, but it's not working. So now I'm going to try to jam this sandwich up my ass. Now, you can find me on live on TikTok doing that. Now, and of course, this has been Fake News. We'll see you next time. Love you, everybody.